Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on 2nd down, Simpson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chandler Jones in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Gone.
Looking to throw. Simpson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Here we go now. Green 39, green 39.
They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to churn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Allen now looks to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
Allen now on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
3 down. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Trying to lay one up deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And this defense looking like they...
To our training camp visits, what do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Bills. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Bills. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. William Jackson with a pick. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Simpson. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? tackle for loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey. 4 down.
Back to throw. Simpson. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Simpson. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check. Fresno. Over.
Looking to throw. Simpson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right. And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
To throw on second down, Simpson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Allen and the Bills now with a first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
This is Clement. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
4 down.
First down, Bills. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Set. 319. 319. Over. Check the outs out there.
Now Allen to throw on third down. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw on second down. Simpson. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Throwing on third and long. Simpson. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's fielded at the 45. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
A final shot before half for Allen. Dancing to his left. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit! Hot!
On second down, here's Allen. Going up top. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Well, it's a third and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now, after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot! Hot!
Allen. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10. Is right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. Oh, good move at the 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after try forthcoming. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On first down, Allen. And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. That good for 19 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tight end right.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked out by Jordan Poyer. And the return will stop right around the 25. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Steps away to his left. Caught by Nelson left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
A run, it's Clement. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after them now.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
From midfield, here's Allen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at third and a few inches.
4 down, 4 down. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Hey, we are.
Now Walton. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Tight end left. Hey. 4 down. I got it.
They go back to Walton. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Over!
From the gun, Simpson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A good pickup there at 22. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, This is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Set! Green, 39! Green, 39!
Mike, 49's a Mike. Right here.
Hot!
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Hot!
Here's a give to Mixon. A good move on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Reset, tight right. Let's go, D.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Over. Hot!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Tight end right.
Hey, 4 down. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Hot!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a carry for Walton. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for 2nd down. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
4 down, 4 down.
Over!
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Double tight. Even. 4 down. Even.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Man out.
They run again with Walton. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So for Cincinnati, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Bills, this season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.